So we're back in with another legendary outfit review for Marvel's Avengers, and today we'll look at the recently released Superior Iron Man costume. In game it's called Endo-Sym for some reason, but it is supposed to be the Superior costume. So what we do in these reviews is, firstly, if there's a comic book equivalent, we will compare it to that. If there's an existing equivalent or a similar costume in game, we'll compare it to that as well, and there most certainly is. From there, we'll then have a detailed look at the costume in photo mode, where you can really get in close and see the detail on next gen consoles. And then finishing up, I'll give my overall verdict and we'll show off some gameplay as well. But this costume, it's a legendary one, which means it costs 1400 of your credits. Now, before we jump in and do the comparison to the comic book, I'll just mention that with this series of videos, it's 1400 credits for a costume, so it's an expensive series of videos to do. So if you want to see more of them, take the time to hit a like, share and subscribe button. The more views I get in these videos, the more costume reviews that I'll actually look to do. But let's jump in and check out the comic book equivalent of this costume. So this is the Superior costume here, and as long as you don't look at the in-game costume too closely, it does look very similar, but it looks like the comic book version with a little spin on it. It's not got the correct shape in regards to the light on the chest, for example, and then you've got a lot more lights on this suit than you actually have on the one in game. But other than that, compared to some of the other comic book renditions we've seen, this one is, I'm going to give it a percentage here. I would say it's probably about 90% accurate, so it's almost there, but we never seem to get 100% accuracy with the costumes. But that's the comic book equivalent. Let's now see if we can compare it to an existing costume in game, and disappointingly, we most certainly can. So when I first seen the Superior Iron Man costume, I didn't realise how similar it actually was to an existing costume we've had in game since launch. The one on the right is the Vapor Trail costume. It's an awesome looking costume. We currently have 3 different colourings of it, but you can see the only difference really, of course you've got a difference in colour, but the only difference is the helmet and how it actually looks. I do love what they've done with the Superior Iron Man costume, and I like they've got the detail on his eyes as well. But it is essentially the same costume, simply a new colour, and it's getting charged at 1400 credits for it as well. We'll talk about that more once we get to the verdict part. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go in and have a more detailed look in photo mode, and it is a gorgeous looking costume. So here we go, we can get a much better look at the costume when we jump into photo mode. The camera can be a little bit janky, so excuse me if I need to fight with it as we're looking around the costume. But starting off, when you look at the main light in the centre, I love the fact that it's actually LEDs. You can see all the little tiny individual lights, but let's actually head our way around to the back here. You can see the smaller lights on the side and on the arm. They actually match the Superior Iron Man costume, but it just seems to be coincidence because, again, this is a reskin of an existing costume. There's your lights on the back as well. Let's check out the iron butt. It's looking nice and pert there. Then you can see his gloves actually, which is hard to see. So you can see the lighter colour on the repulsors on his gloves. So that's pretty awesome. Then we're heading all the way around again. Having to fight with the camera. You can actually see if we zoom in here a little bit. Let's see if we can zoom in. There you go. You can see the detail here on the armour. It's actually marked. So pretty incredible. You don't really see that unless you do zoom in and you're on next gen consoles. But let's finish up now with a quick look at the helmet. If I can get the camera to work right. There we go. We can see it there. And you can see he's got the different eyes as well. So overall, again, yes, it is just an existing costume with a slightly different colouring, but it's still an absolutely gorgeous looking costume. Now let's finish up with some gameplay and my overall verdict as well. So overall then, it is an absolute gorgeous looking costume. I think if you're an Iron Man fan, the chances are you probably bought it before I've even had the time to do this video. But I would say that the fact that it's a reskin of an existing costume, it shouldn't be 1400 credits. I've mentioned things like this before in these costume reviews. Yes, the helmet's different, but that's not enough in my mind to justify it being 1400 credits. It should be 900 instead. But that aside, gorgeous looking costume. Yes, they've not had to change a lot for it to fit the Superior Iron Man setup, but if they can get costumes out this way and the costumes still look good, then go ahead and do it. But drop them down to 900 rather than 1400 credits. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this analysis spot on? Have you bought the costume yourself? Are you enjoying it? And once again, if you actually enjoyed the content, take the time to engage with it. Leave a comment, hit the like button, share, subscribe, all the usual things you get told to do when you watch a YouTube video. But do all that and that'd be very much appreciated. So thanks for tuning in for this. Stay safe. See you all again soon.
Another fight. Sailor people.